Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys? Unsteady camera. How are you guys doing this evening? It is chilly out here. I just stepped outside and I was like, okay, do I need to sit in that chair? I told Alex, I said, I might have to sit in the other chair, which means I'm gonna have to keep the light open, the light on in there. And he's like, that's fine. He's in there watching Gossip Girl, and he's trying to get through the second season of Lincoln Lawyer. I'm really surprised that he likes it. He started watching it the other night, and he like binge watched the whole like first season, and now he's in the second season. I thought he was like almost done with it, like he had an episode or two, but I guess he's like on the first, I think he's on like he just finished the first two episodes, and he's on the third episode. So anyway, I thought he was like gonna turn that on. I was sitting at the computer putting up my videos, and he ended up putting on Gossip Girl. That's like his go-to comfort show, is Gossip Girl. So he's watching that, but I thought I was going to have to sit out in that chair because it's late. All right, this is a late vlog, so let's do a time and temperature check. It is currently 6:55 p.m. My day has been kind of crazy, which I'll get to in just a second, but I stepped outside and the sun is going down still. Let me show you. It looks so beautiful. The sun is going down, but I stepped outside and I was like, no, I think I can sit over in this chair. It's still light enough to do that. I might have to switch over there if this vlog goes long, but then I came outside and I was like, it's chilly, so I put my hoodie on. But let me show you, like, the sun is so pretty over there. It's coming through the trees. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, it's not really showing up on camera the way that it looks like out there, and you can see all my weeds that I have to pick. All my weeds I have to pick this week. That's one of my goals. Well, tomorrow for Cousin Fun Day, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna get some mums. I think I'm just gonna get two mums, like one for there and one for there, and then put out my Halloween pillow cushions, because I still have the green summer ones out here, the green plaid summer ones. So I'm gonna put the Halloween ones out here and then get my wreath out here, and we're gonna get all Halloweened out, and then my new Halloween bedding should come this week. I think my neighbor's grandkids are leaving for the day. They were over there earlier. So yeah, so today has been kind of a crazy day. First of all, because I've been doing Boo Radley updates, so let me continue to do Boo Radley updates. Let me look at my notes. So, okay, last Monday, so we were a week from his first seizure, because he had his first seizure a week ago. Here it is, Boo's seizures. Last Monday, he had a seizure, and that was when we went to the emergency vet. So today is a week from the first seizure. Thursday was when he started his medicine. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Oh, no, today's Tuesday. Is today Tuesday or is today Monday? Why don't I? Today's Tuesday. So we made it a week from the first seizure. So we made it Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I guess they're piling him in to take him home or something, because she just left. That's my neighbor that watched Boo Radley the other day. So we've made it 5 nights seizure-free, and I feel very, very blessed about that. And the seizures were short in comparison to what other people have told me. I've been like reading so much about this. I'm like in this forum with a bunch of people that are like, that have dogs that have neurological issues and stuff. Dogs that are on the same medication as Boo Radley. And a lot of people have shared that like they've been like adjusting dosages for 3 to 4 years. And some of their dogs are on phenobarbital, and some of their dogs are on bromide, and they talk in there about, there's my other neighbor coming home, they share all kinds of stuff in there about like, what's the frankincense. A lot of people are using frankincense for dogs that have seizures. We're gonna ask our vet about that, because apparently it pulls them out of a seizure quicker or something like that. I don't know anything about that. We're gonna ask, I have a list of questions to ask our vet. One of which is that we have to get him on a more realistic med schedule. I think I talked about that last night, because right now we're doing meds at 10 a.m. 10 a.m., 6 p.m., and then 2 a.m. So we want to get it on like 6 a.m., 2 p.m., 10 p.m. is what we want to get it on. But because he has to have the Keppra every 8 hours, I don't think we can just like switch it one day. So I got to ask her how we're going to do that. But anyway, that was something that I thought about after we got off the phone with her yesterday. But he is doing really, really good. I've noticed that he's sleepy today. Last night, it was crazy. So I actually wrote this down last night on my notes. Okay, last night, I'm keeping all these extensive notes. I put yesterday, Monday, 9:30, did really good, seemed back to himself, but still a little bit off. And then I wrote, he doesn't know where the front door is. So he'll go to the front door, like I'll say, Boo Radley, do you want to go outside? And he gets real excited. But then he goes up, like before he would stand like on that side of the door, like right before I would open it. Now he goes over to the other, like he doesn't know exactly where the door opens and closes. So that's one of the things I've noticed. But he can see just fine because when he walks outside, like if he sees people that he knows, like he his tail wags and he goes up to them. So I noticed that. He is not back to there was a routine that he always did every single night where he would go to our mailbox and then he would go to my neighbor's mailbox and then he would go across the street to her mailbox down there, or his mailbox that got passed away, and then his little yard, and then past Mrs. Garden and then over to their mailbox, and then he would do that like twice. And just kind of like wander around in our yard and smell the tree and smell all kind of stuff. He kind of cuts it off halfway, and so he's not really back to the normal routine, and sometimes he goes like way down a lot further in her yard, like he'll cross her driveway and go to the other yard. He never really has done that before, and it almost kind of seems like he is a little confused, except for that when I'm like, okay, Boo Radley, let's go, he comes right back and goes right back. He knows exactly where our walkway is, so I don't think that he's like that confused about it. I don't know. Last night though, this kind of scared me, because every time that I would take him out yesterday, he did really good. Like, he seems... his personality and the sparkle is back in there, but I wouldn't say 100% yet. Like, I can still tell, like, he's lethargic and he's tired and whatever. But last night, I wrote it down. I took him out at 1 a.m., so that was an hour before his meds. Now, we have noticed that like 2 hours before his next dose of medication, he starts getting a little antsy. So this would have been 1 a.m. So 2 a.m. is when I give him his last medication for the day. I took him out at 1 o'clock and I wrote down, very manic when I took him outside at 1 a.m. and then he went right to sleep. All day yesterday he was very, very hungry, and then I wrote down no seizures. So I took him outside last night and it was crazy. Like, he kind of like just trotted around for a little bit and whatever, was sniffing around. And then he just like started like, it was the zoomies. I mean, but now it's like, I'm so worried because I'm like, is it the zoomies, or like the last time that, I think it was the last time that he had the cluster seizures, the 3 seizures in one night. I took him outside and he was like running. I think I have it written down in there, but he was like running around like crazy. And then he came in that night and then he had the seizures. It was either that night or it was that Monday night. And so, last night when he did it, he did like 5 or 6 laps, like up and down our yard into her driveway and stuff, and came back and forth. And it made me kind of nervous because I was like, okay, this is what happened last time, and then he went upstairs and he had a seizure. And so it freaked me out. I was like, and he was like when he came up here, he was like real excited, like he had a really good time. Then he went inside and he like ran upstairs, he ran downstairs, he ran around the kitchen, ran around the living room, and I was a little worried. Like, this is Boo Radley with the zoomies, like let's say 3 months ago. But it's also Boo Radley, like, right before he had the seizure before. So then I was like, okay, we're an hour away from the seizures. Like, I'm really, like, or from the medication. Like, I'm really worried about this. In fact, I was, like, talking to Nikki last night. And between then, and I was like, I'm really worried that, like, this is how he acted before he had the seizure the last time. And I can't be, like, panicking about everything, which is why I'm keeping, like, a list. Alex is keeping a list and all this kind of stuff. So I brought him inside, and he didn't even want his treat, and he like just went right up to bed. And then like a half an hour, and I'm kind of like, when I walk upstairs in the bedroom now, he like pops his head up. Like before, he just like slept deep. So I didn't hear anything upstairs, and so I was like, okay, he's good. And then at 2 o'clock, I went upstairs and I gave him his medication, and he woke up. And I took him outside again, but he didn't act that way that time. And he, like, walked around a little bit, and then he came inside. I gave him a treat, and then after I gave him his treat, he went right upstairs and went to bed with Alex. So it was a very, like, normal night last night, other than, like, the just running around. Alex is like, maybe he's feeling better. Maybe he, like, realizes that he's feeling better. I mean, it was like, he was running. I mean, this dog was running at 15 years old with all these issues. But, like, the other day, like, he did that and made me worried. So anyway, I'm just keeping a list. I will say, like, I've talked to so many people. So many of you have reached out and let me know that you guys, like, went through. I mean, some of you are like, Peter, I went through the exact same thing. Our dogs were on the exact same medications, gabapentin, Keppra, the carprofen. I thought I had it down. And so many people have been really helpful in asking, like, what's the dosage and stuff like that, and what did our vet say about increasing dosages. We're not there yet, because she didn't want to, like, ceiling him out, and then she wanted to also be able to add in later, like, the phenobarbital and the zonisamide if she had to, or switch those medications up. So there's a lot of different options. One of the things that's really, really helped me by hearing other people's stories is that there are people that are like, yeah, we've been dealing with this for like 3 years, and it's just adjusting meds. And then other people will be like, yeah, we adjusted the med, but like now we're down to like, you know, every 4th day they have a seizure, every 2 weeks. Some people will be like, it's been 3 years since the medication, our dog hasn't had a seizure at all. So there's a lot in between. Like, then people are like, oh, our dog is on the medication still having 3 seizures a day, but it's less than they were having before, because the seizures are like 30 seconds instead of 3 minutes. Because the longer the seizure goes in a dog, it's supposed to be like worse for them, can cause brain damage and stuff like that. And so, I don't know, I'm hopeful right now. Like, I'm just trying to take it day by day. I know I'm talking a lot about this, and you guys have been so nice to say, Peter, this is your life, talk about what you want to talk about. I'm sure to some people out there, they're like, kind of, oh, we're talking about it again, but like, this is literally consuming my life right now. It's like, I think about it all day long. Because I'm just so worried about the little guy, you know, and I want him to be back to his old self. I'm also, at the same time, not completely clueless to the fact that he's a 15-year-old plus dog, and that he's not going to live forever, and these are going to be the things that you deal with. So, I feel like I'm kind of getting to more normal of dealing with this stuff, and helping, and talking to people. I mean, as a person in recovery, talking to people has always helped me, you know? Let me pull you in a little bit. So that is really helping me to hear other people's stories and what they went through and whatever, and hear that there's like a broad range between people that started the medication and their dog hasn't had a seizure in years, to people that they're on medication and they've had to like readjust the medications like 100 times, to other people that have had like all different kinds of adjustments and their dogs are still having seizures 3-5 times a week, but they're still alive, and in between the seizures they have a quality of life. So that gives me a lot of hope that we're not, I mean, I thought we were at the end of the road, and so I don't feel like that. I'm worried about the seizures. I'm worried about what is causing it, because we don't know. But the blood work and everything was completely normal, came back, everything's fine with all that, which that's a lot of the stories that people say too, is that like all the blood work is fine, blah, 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 whatever. So I don't feel like we're at the end of the road, unless he would have like a 3 or 4 minute seizure where he just was like, I mean, I have heard a couple stories where they're like dogs like had a seizure and were like, they passed from the seizure. I'm just hoping that we can, you know, keep him for a while and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. Yeah, that's where we're at right now. So Boo's had a good night last night. I'm just happy that we've made it through 5 nights with no seizures. Like, it's 5 nights, right? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, 5 nights with no seizures. And now we're on the 6th night. And just prayers that we make it through tonight. If we can make it through a whole entire week with no seizures, even if he had a seizure after that, it would still, of course, I'd be so stressed out that he had a seizure and be really upset and probably come on here and cry and stuff. But it would give me a little bit of hope that it's been a week with no seizures. So that's where we're at. Today was a complete mess. So I'm not getting a lot of sleep because I'm more alert than I thought that I would be. I'm not being able to take a nap at night because something's going on with Boo Radley. Like, if Alex is up there alone, like, he's completely fine. He sleeps. If I'm up there alone, like this morning, like, he's totally fine. He sleeps. But if we're up there together, he has a hard time. I don't know what it is, and he's very attention-seeking from us. He'll, like, come to Alex, and then Alex will pet him for a little bit, then he'll come over to me, then he, like, wanders around the room, then he comes back over to me, then he comes over to Alex, and then he has a really hard time getting settled down, and he was doing that last night while I was trying to take a nap, so I really never got to fall asleep. I don't know, my naps might just be over for a while, which is totally fine, you know, which is like, I mean, obviously my dog is more important than my naps. I don't care. Or just taking naps earlier when, like, Alex is down here and he can be with him. Boo Radley's sleeping right now. So, like, right now would probably be a great time to take a nap, but I wanted to vlog. So then I, like, stay up too late, of course, and watch TV. Because after I give him his last dose of medication at 2 a.m., I don't know why, but, like, I feel very safe after I give him his last dose. And then I know that, like, I don't have to give him another dose until 10 a.m. And so between 2 a.m. and, like, when I go to bed, it's kind of like I feel like I play solitaire and watch my shows, and I just feel very relaxed from, like, 2 to 5 a.m. So But last night I went to bed about 5:30 and again, fell asleep really quick. I mean, maybe it's because I'm not taking my naps. I don't know. In the past, I never really thought that was related to it. I did have like 3 cups of coffee last night because I was watching this detective show and I was like, okay, I'm really into drinking. I like to watch coffee or drink coffee while I'm watching detective shows. So I drank like 3 cups of coffee last night and then was it the last night that I started the show that Caroline talked to me about, or was it yesterday, or was it the night? I think it was yesterday. I'll tell you guys about it. If I tell you guys about it and you're like, you talked about this yesterday, then you can let me know. But Caroline told me about a show that it's really interesting. Maybe like through the years, like 5 people have recommended it to me, but not a lot. But anyway, and then I got up today. Today has just been a mess, okay? So I got up today. I was supposed to have my therapy appointment at 1 o'clock. Well, he texted me about half an hour before, and he was like, so today I was supposed to have a therapy appointment and I was supposed to meet with the personal trainer this afternoon. So I was like, he was coming here to the house to like go over some stuff with me and like look and see what I had and all that kind of stuff. And so, so I was like, my appointment was at 1 o'clock and then he was going to come over around 4 and then Alex was going to be at home at 5. So I was like, how am I going to film all these videos? Like, I don't know how I'm going to do all this kind of stuff. Well, my therapy appointment, he texted me like, I don't know, like half an hour before, and he was like, I'm running like 10 or 15 minutes late. Do you want to go late, or do you want to reschedule? And I was like, let's just reschedule. So I think we rescheduled for, I'm actually meant to add this to my calendar inside, my written calendar. I think we did it 2 weeks. Because we moved marriage counseling, and so I wanted to make sure that they're on opposite days, because it's hard for me to have marriage counseling and individual counseling on the same day. Yeah, we moved it to the 15th, I think is what he said. Yeah, to the 15th. So, so then I was like, it was so weird. I was like, well, should I go back to bed? And I was like, I like her coat. I was like, should I go back to bed for a little bit? Because I was kind of tired. And literally as I was thinking that, I got a text from our friend that's a personal trainer. And he was like, hey, listen, my afternoon open. Would you like to do earlier? And I was like, I can do right now. Well, he's like 15 minutes from here. So he's like, okay, I'm on my way over right now. So he came over and he's so funny. And he was like looking at my weights. He's like, this is a good start. I mean, he was really being really nice. He was like, this is a starter system. And so then he was like looking where I like tracked my walking and stuff like that. And he was like, had me show him like, I'm not going to get into all of it. I'll talk more about it on my weight loss journey update. He was kind of like having me show the pace that I walk and stuff like that. And he was like looking around our condo and like what we could do. And I was telling him that a lot of people had suggested I get like a walking pad for the winter. And he was just like, okay. And he was like, well, what I'm going to do is, he's like, I'm going to write some stuff up and some suggestions. He's like, you want to do weight training? And I was like, yeah. He was like, okay. He was like, you have a good starter set for weight training that you could probably do your first 3 to 6 months on, and you don't need to buy any more. He was like, let me come up with some stuff around the neighborhood. And he was like, I know you enjoy the walking. He was like, I know you were wanting to do the walk to running. He was like, but I think maybe right now let's just start with the walking and let's get you doing that consistently. He goes, because what you're telling me is there's like a week where you don't walk at all, and there's a week where you walk every day. He was like, we need to get that more consistent. He was like, if we can consistently do this, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, and you're working with a nutritionist too, right? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, okay. I said, I'm supposed to talk to her later in the week. And he goes, okay, because like 80 to 90% of like getting into shape is about what you're eating. And I was like, yes, I've been told that. And he's like, okay. He was like, so I'll be interested to hear what she has to say. And he was like, but I'm going to put together some plans and some stuff that you can do like daily. And he was like, and I'll print them off and all this kind of stuff for you and put kind of together like this little workbook for you and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, that would be great. And he was like, and then we'll come up with your cardio, whether that's going to be a workout or whether you like look up stuff online or whatever you do. He's like, he's like, because I said something about Zumba. He was like, oh, Zumba's great to keep your heart rate up and stuff. And he was like, you know, I'm going to look up some different things that I like. And he was like, if you want to try some yoga and some Pilates. I said, yeah, I'd be interested in doing that. I bought a whole yoga mat and stuff like 3 years ago, never used it. So he's going to put some different suggestions together. And I mean, he was like, you know, Peter, you have a great neighborhood to walk in. You have tons of, I mean, he's like, you literally could walk like, you know, 5 miles and just stay within this area right here. You could walk 2 or 3 hours. And he was like, have you also thought about maybe like splitting up your walks, like doing 2 walks a day? And I was like, actually, she and I talked about walking. And he was like, that would be great. He was like, so one walk where you're just focused on yourself, another walk where it's more like, you know, interactive. I said, yeah. And he goes, that would be really, really good. So he's going to come up with some stuff. So that was good. He was out here for about an hour today. And then, because he came out here earlier, I was able to film videos after him. And so I got all that stuff done, and I filmed on my I just didn't really think I was going to be able to get that many videos filmed today. I got my drama video filmed, which ended up being 52 minutes. I didn't even think it was that long. And then I filmed, after that, I did my Peter Watches TV video, which my Peter Watches TV video today is like 18 shows that, did I number them? I don't know if I numbered them or not, if I just put them down. Hold on, I can tell you exactly how many shows it is. Did I just count this yesterday? Here's my notes. Are you ready? And my top ones for today. Booze Seizures. That's my list of keeping a weekly TV. Shows to binge. It says spring, summer, but I have to change that to fall, winter. 2024. Boo Health Questions, because I keep a list of all the questions I want to ask the vet. October shows, and then things that I need to do with Caroline for Cousin Fun Day. So, October shows, I have, okay, I ended up having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I had 20 shows. 2 of them are movies on there, but really great shows. And so I did like best new shows of October 2024 on my Peter Watches TV channel, and I went through and I read the synopsises for all of them. I had it very ordered. I was very proud of myself. But I didn't, because I was trying to get stuff done before Alex got home. I wanted to put screenshots of the posters in it for each one that I talked about, and I didn't have time to do that. So going into November, I will do that next time. Then I filmed a Peterisms video. No, I filmed that last. Then I filmed an Amazon haul, because I had a bunch of Amazon stuff that I got. So I did an Amazon haul, and then I did a review video, which was kind of funny. And then I did my Peterisms video. So I got those 5 videos done. I wanted to do a booktube video, but by that point, Alex had just like, when I got done, I was uploading those last videos, Alex had just like walked inside. And so I keep this little pile over here that's like a compost pile. My neighbor and I both use it. It's like these flowers, and we wonder why it gets so big every year, and this is probably why. And so we like pick up like poop, because her dog and my dog, our poop is like, I mean, Boo Radley's poop is literally like this big. It's so small. And so we pick it up with like a big leaf, and then we put it back there in this like, it's right on the corner of both of our condos. And it's like this big, like, lily plant or whatever. And it's got, like, all these dead leaves in it. So we just call it our, like, poop compost pile. And so we put it in there. And it's so funny because if you look through there, you can't really even see. It, like, goes right into the soil really quick. And so, like, if we're, like, walking around the neighborhood and stuff like that, like, you know, of course we pick it up in the bag and all kind of stuff. But over there, like, every once in a while, like, I'll throw it in there. And she does, too. And so today, well, they came and they mowed the lawn yesterday, so there's not that many leaves in the yard. And so Boo pooped today, and I'm like looking for a leaf. I mean, it's literally was like, I mean, the poop was like this big. It was very tiny. But I'm looking for a leaf, and I'm like looking around the yard, and he's just like looking. Boo Radley's looking at me like, this is so gross. Boo Radley's looking at me like I'm the biggest idiot in the world. This is why I'm trying to. This was right after the personal trainer left, and while I was trying to like get ready to take Boo out so I can get these videos up. I'm looking at it right now. Because I have these blue ones that I've been trying to wear because I'm like, I didn't really use them a whole lot this summer, and my red and black one is right there. Because I'm like, have this leaf, this big leaf, right? And I'm looking for the poop, to pick up the poop, to put it in this, over here in this pile. And so, and I know some people's gonna be like, that is so gross that you cannot even smell it or say anything. Boo Radley's poop is so small, and by 24 hours, that poop is like into the plants in the south. If somebody's got an issue with that I'm putting his poop in a compost pile, okay, it's probably a lot better than ended up in some landmine, you know, or whatever, in a plastic bag. So anyway, so I'm like looking around, I'm like, where did he poop? Because I like spotted it. I was like, I know he pooped right here, and I'm like looking for it. And I was like, I look at him, I go, Boo Radley, where did you poop? And then I'm like walking around, and I see like this smudge, and I look, and I stepped in it on my shoe. It was all over my shoe. So I brought my shoe out here, and I like went inside and like took my shoes off, and I came back out here, and I like took my shoe off, and I like, well, had it out here, and I hosed it off with the hose. And my neighbor on the street on the corner, he's like, what are you doing? And I go, because he was getting his mail, and then he walked over here, and he was like telling me that his wife was like started this new volunteer job, and she was so excited about it. This is my pool lady friend. She started this new volunteer job today. And I said, when are you going to do your volunteer work? He goes, I'm volunteering today. He's like, I golf. That's my volunteer job. But anyway, he's like, what are you doing? Why are you washing your sandal off? And I go, because I stepped in Boo Radley's poop. He goes, but his poop is so small. I go, I know, but I stepped in it. I thought I was picking it up with a leaf. And he goes, for your compost pile? I go, because he gives us a hard time. He's like, that's so hilarious that you guys do that. So anyway, I was like, yeah. And so, I mean, it's not like huge. I know somebody is going to live for this. They're just going to live for this. Oh my God, that's so disgusting, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's probably like every fourth day that we do it. It's like, I should go over there and show it to you. But what is so funny about it is that, like, so her other dog that she has that stays with her mom and dad, like, that she was the one that actually started it, doing it over there. And so, like, every year this plant blooms, and we're like, we make this joke that this plant on the corner, which is like right on the corner of both of our condos, so we're not really sure if it's hers or if it's mine, but we're like, this thing blooms bigger and bigger every year. It's probably because of the poop, like the manure and the fertilizer in it and stuff like that. So anyway, but I hosed off my shoe, and then I was like scraping it on a rock, and it completely is clean, but I dried it off. Here, I'll show it to you. I'm sure you guys are so excited to see this, aren't you? So here is my red sandal that had poop all over the bottom of it up here, but you can see it's completely clean because I hosed it off and everything like that. So it was out here drying off. That was my day, and then I got the videos filmed. I got all that up and stuff like that. So it's been a good day. It's been a really, really good day. Got a lot done today. I have one more blanket in the basement that I have to, like, it's like, it has to be on another cycle of drying because it's still like drying. And then all the laundry in the house is completely caught up. I cannot wait until I get this Halloween bedding. I think it's supposed to come on Thursday. I'm really excited about it. So I'm really excited about October. I mean, it's kind of sad that it's like, I like that it's cooler outside, but it's kind of sad at the same time. But I'm like, hey, I've said goodbye to summer and goodbye to the warmer weather. We're now counting down the days to the pool opening. Somebody commented on the vlog yesterday. They said the pool opening, and they put ha ha ha. I was like, I know it's completely stupid, okay, that I'm counting down the days to the pool opening. But listen, it's the small things in life. So anyway, I just poured myself some more iced coffee in my summer cups. So we've been buying like the nicer cups, like these Turbis ones, and we still have like probably like, I don't know, like 8 or 10 plastic cups that we never use. I just need to put them in the donation box is what I need to do, because we've got like a box of stuff that we donate. And it only like keep the stuff that we use anymore. Got a really, really cute, Alex even said it, I got it in the mailbox, and I was like, this is a really cute postcard. And then I put it, like I read it, and then I put it down, like where I put all of Alex's mail. And he was like, oh, my mom sent us a really cute postcard. So my mother-in-law is in Europe right now. She's in, well, now she's in Spain. She's back in Spain. She like centered in Spain, and then they're like going to all these different places. So she's in Spain until, because Caroline the other day was like, because she always invites her over there for like every holiday, and she's like, is she gonna be back in time for Halloween? And I said, I don't think she is. And so Caroline's like, well, I want to invite Carlos and Liliana and the kids. And I said, well, they'll probably go trick-or-treating, because I asked them when we saw them, when Fufu and Jesse were here, I said, what are you guys dressing up for as Halloween? I honestly thought they were going to say they weren't going to go trick-or-treating. And they were like, Carlitos was so funny. He was like, yeah, we're going to go trick-or-treating. That's our candy for the whole year. I was like, okay. So they were telling me, what did he tell me he was dressing up as? It was kind of something that surprised me. It was like the guy from Scream or something. But it wasn't that. But it was something like Jason or one of those. It kind of surprised me it was somebody like that Carlitos is dressing up as. Because I was telling him, I was like, do you remember that you went, like, Sebastian went for like 2 or 3 years as Bob the Builder, and Carlitos went as like Superman for like 3 years in a row. He would wear it like in the summer, his Halloween costume and stuff. This one year it was so cold when we went over there. I think actually I only went over there. I don't think Alex was over there. I don't think he was off work yet. And I went over there for Halloween. It was in Alex's mom's neighborhood, and it was so cold, and Liliana put like a coat on with the Bob the Builder costume over it, and it was, I have this picture, it's hilarious, with Sebastian with this, what do you call it, like the ski hat on with the Bob the Builder hat on top of it because it was like snowing. It was so cold outside. And but anyway, Caroline was like, should I invite them over for Halloween? I was like, yeah, invite them over. I said, you know, like I can text them too if you want to know if they'll come. She's like, no, because they're in like the family group text for all the holidays and stuff like that. But they'll probably trick or treat with their friends and stuff like that. But anyway, I said they might come over later. It just depends on how late. She goes, well, you know it's going to go late. She was like, we'll probably go till like 10 or 11. Caroline was texting me last night. Oh, so that's what, I don't know if I shared this the night before, if I just found out about it yesterday. I don't remember when I put it on. The camera stopped, the battery stopped. I feel like this just happened yesterday. Actually, you know what? I can look, because I can look at Caroline's text and see when we were texting about this. She was up late last night. I told her, I said, what are you doing up so late tonight? Oh, here she is. Sending me. Why is she sending me this? Do you see it? This ha ha ha, this cat laughing. Caroline, you were so silly. Okay, so I was telling her that she needed to watch Grotesque. She was like, because she had asked me and we were talking on the phone. She's like, what's the show that you and Alex started watching this week? I was like, you need to watch Grotesquerie. So she started it last night. She texted me at 9:24. Now, my cousin Caroline goes to bed by like 9 o'clock. She likes to get into bed with her dogs and listen to like an audiobook and fall asleep. She goes to bed early. Caroline always goes to bed early. And she texted me at 9:24 and she said, I like Grotesquerie. Reminds me of Criminal Minds. And which I've heard about, but I don't really know much about Criminal Minds. And I go, it's good. Maybe I need to watch Criminal Minds. And she goes, oh my God, top 5 best shows of all time. Which is weird for Caroline to say that. And then I said, I looked it up, and it says there's 15 regular seasons and then 2 side seasons, so it's 17 total. I said, girl, that show is 17 seasons. She said, it's so good. I go, that's almost as long as Sister Wives. No. And she goes, oh my God, we should do 2 videos. One of our favorite, not real reality shows, one of our favorite reality shows of all time. Now, you know Caroline always says to me, like when we're at the store, she's like, oh my God, you should get these Takis, or you should get these cookies, because on TikTok, they're so hot right now, you're going to get 10,000 views. I'm like, Caroline, none of my review videos are getting 10,000 views. Okay, we're lucky if we get maybe 1,000 or 2,000 views. So this is what she said. Oh, this is why she put the ha 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 thing. We should do 2 videos. One of our favorite, not reality shows, one of our favorite reality shows of all time, top 5. She said you would get so many views. That's why she put this laughing emoji. And I said, you are so silly, LOL. I said, we can do that though. And then she hearted that. So I did go in last night and I watched, it's on Disney. It's like a million different places. I think it's on Paramount. I think it's on Hulu. I think it's on Disney, Criminal Minds. They have like all 17 seasons. I think the last 2, the main one was like 15 seasons. Somebody tell me that knows out there. Because I know nothing about the show. I watched literally the first episode last night, which at the very end is like Lucas Haas. Do you guys remember Lucas Haas, that child actor from back in the day? But anyway, I mean, this is like, I think the show came out in 2005, so it's 2005, but he's like, so apparently there's like an ongoing case. Now, I like these kind of shows. I don't like it when each one is completely different, each episode, but I trimmed my beard and shaved today, and my nose is itching me. But it's like, it's Mandy Patinkin, and he's like, plays this Gideon guy. I just watched one episode last night. And so they go to Seattle to solve like this case of like this woman that was kidnapped. But then it starts with them talking about this serial killer. And he goes in, because he says the serial killer has a stutter. And he sees all these pictures up. This is how the first episode ends. I was like, no, I gotta watch next episode. Okay, well, that was when I went, I watched that when I was like, before I went to go take a nap. I was waiting for the vlog to come up, was what I was doing. Last night, so I was like, when I get up, I'm gonna watch, because Mel had texted me about this, Only Murders in the Building. So I was like, well, I'm gonna watch Only Murders in the Building. I think I'm all caught up on my shows so far for this week. And then Welcome to Plathville. But Welcome to Plathville doesn't come on to Max until tonight. So I have to watch Welcome to Plathville tonight. That's like the show now. That's like the one show. I don't even know why I keep on watching it. It's like that I push every week. I'm like, if I have to watch it on Sunday night or Saturday afternoon, I'll watch it then. But I have watched it for this week. Sister Wives. Alex and I watched Big Brother last night. We watched that too. And then he went upstairs to keep on watching Lincoln Lawyer. So we watched Big Brother from Sunday night last night. It's down to the final 5. And then when I got up for my nap, I watched Only Murders in the Building. And Welcome to Plathville wasn't on Max yet, because I was going to watch that. So we got Real Housewives of Salt Lake City Wednesday, Real Housewives of Orange County Thursday, Welcome to Plathville's tonight, Big Brother Wednesday, Big Brother Thursday, Survivor is Wednesday. I'm really liking this season of Survivor so far. The Golden Bachelorette is Wednesday, so that's tomorrow night. Grotesquerie is Thursday. I cannot wait. TikTok Murders I have to watch this week because that's the only true crime that I haven't watched for True Crime Book Club. But I'll probably watch that Saturday night, so I know a lot about it going into the book club live stream on Sunday. And then I started Criminal Minds, and I have 1/1/22, which means 1/1/22. It's 1/1/22 means, in case you want me to in case you need to understand my code. It means season 1, episode 1 out of 22. Out of 22 episodes. So when I finish that, it'll go to 1, how many ever episodes, 22 or something like that. But then I started last night. So I watched Only Murders in the Building. It was an okay episode. It was, I don't know, they try to kind of be artsy sometimes. I'm just like, can we just keep to the story, please? But this season is really good. So, and they're only like 35 minutes, 30 or 35 minutes. So I watched that and then I was like, I don't really know what to watch. And that was when I was talking to like Nikki and stuff. And then I'm doing the laundry and whatever. Listening to some of that God Out of the Woods because I'm trying to get that book done. And I was kind of like, I didn't really want to start something until I had, 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I didn't watch Only Murders in the Building until after I gave Boo his meds. I think I was almost done with it. Oh, you know what? I just remembered I had 4 minutes and 15 seconds. I don't know how I remember that. I looked at the thing. I was like, how many more minutes do I have? And it was like 4 minutes and 15 seconds. And it was like 1:55. And I was like, I'm just going to give him his meds. I'm going to go up there and give it to him now. So I like went in and I gave it to him like right at 2 o'clock. Then took him outside and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So then I got like real settled, made my cup of coffee, and I came down and I finished the last 4 minutes of Only Murders in the Building. And then I was like going to go back and watch Criminal Minds. But I really, really wanted to like binge watch another show that doesn't have like, the seasons aren't like 22. Like Criminal Minds looks good, but like, to binge watch 17 seasons or even 15 seasons of a show that has 20 plus 22 episodes a season, like that's a lot. I mean, like that's more than Sister Wives. And like with Sister Wives, I mean, I could be playing on my phone. I could be like, you know, keeping notes, doing stuff. You don't really have to pay that close of attention to Sister Wives. Now I do because I'm taking notes on all of it. I was taking notes before, but just on the main stuff that happened. So each episode now I watch pretty closely and I take notes. But even then, I mean, it's like 20 minutes of them talking about McKelty giving birth to these twins. I mean, it's the same thing for 20 minutes. You don't really have to watch that closely to take notes, you know what I mean? The only time you have to watch and take notes is when they're like on the couch talking or Cody Brown saying something or the wives. The rest of it is just filler as far as if you want to know what I think, really, truly Brown. Anyway, which I really feel bad for that girl. She's like the one that I feel like the worst for out of the whole family. I feel just like she got... I just feel bad for Truly Brown. I don't know. I just feel bad. I just feel like she's stuck in the middle of all of it, and she didn't get the birthday parties, and she didn't get the Christmases and the holidays or any of it. I mean, even Robin's family, like all those kids get birthday parties and with, you know, cakes and balloons, and they get game day with coat. Anyway, I'm not going to get all that. I got into that yesterday, but I didn't say all that. But I do feel bad for Truly. So anyway, what was I going to say? So I was like, I made a cup of coffee and I sat down. I was like, I want to watch the show. Well, I had started the night before. I think it was the night before. I started Dark Winds. Was that the night before that I started it? I watched like 10 or 15 minutes and I switched to something else. I was actually only like 5 or 10 minutes into it. It starts off with like this bank heist and this robbery that happens. This isn't going to ruin it for you. This is literally how it opens. It opens with this bank heist, and the robber's getting away in a helicopter, and then they fly over the desert, and you don't really know where they go. And it takes place, like, I think this show is supposed to take place, like, in the 70s. I'm almost positive of it because of how they draw, like, the late 70s. And so then it is about this Navajo reservation and the Navajo police that are, like, the reservation police. And it's this guy that's like older. I actually looked up the whole cast last night. He's like 57 or something. And I've seen him in other stuff. And then he's married and his wife is a nurse. And then he gets called in to solve this murder. And he has like a deputy that's this woman. She's gorgeous. Everybody on the show is gorgeous. And then he has this guy that comes on to work for him as well that's like recruited, but you find out more about him. And so it's them trying to solve this serial killer murder, but this murder that happened in this town on this reservation, but in the background, so the whole first season's all about this murder, but the background story is like, it was like a year ago or something like this, or 2 years ago or whatever, this bank, I think maybe it was longer than that, this bank heist, and these people that went away on this helicopter, and they think that the FBI thinks that somebody on the reservation saw it or knew something about it. So that's kind of like the background story that they're trying to solve. So I went back and started it from like the beginning last night mostly, and I binge watched the first 4 episodes. I could have stayed up all night long. So it's 2 seasons, each season is 6 episodes, so it's real short. I binge watched the first 4 episodes last night. It is so good. It is one of the best shows I've watched in a long time. I even put up on my Instagram, I can't believe I'm so late to this. Like, it is so good. If you are looking for a good mystery detective story that is different than probably anything that you've seen before, it reminds me kind of True Detective a little bit, especially the latest one with Jodie Foster. It reminds me of that one a little bit, but it is so good, and they talk a lot about culturally, like the reservation and stuff like that. It's really interesting. It's so interesting. They talk about, I don't know, just so much, but it's so well done, and I think the 3rd season is coming out. I think it's coming out soon because it started on AMC, and now it's on Netflix, just like that other one with the judge. Let's look at this up. Dark Winds Season 3. It is really good. So, just needless to say, The World Beyond, The Walking Dead, with the teenagers that can't kill a zombie to save their life. I'm like, that's on pause right now. Okay, release date, let's see. The 3rd season of Dark Winds is expected to premiere in early 2025. AMC announced the renewal of the show for a 3rd season in September 2023, and production is currently underway. The exact premiere date has not been yet confirmed. The delay in the release of Season 3 is due to the impact of the recent actors and writers strikes on production schedules. Okay. Filming for Season 3 has taken place in Santa Fe, and, okay. Some guest stars for Season 3 include Jenna Elfman, Bruce Greenwood. It is so good, you guys. It says production, this is from AMC, the production is set to continue throughout 2024 with plans for an early 2025 release. It is so good. I will tell you, it is like, turn off all the lights, light a few candles, make a cup of coffee kind of show. It is that kind of show. I mean, it is really good. I highly recommend that. So that will be what I finish tonight, on top of watching Welcome to Plathville, and then I'm completely caught up on my shows until tomorrow. But I am ready for The Golden Bachelorette. See, it's starting to get dark out here. We'll just fade off into the darkness. But I am ready for The Golden Bachelorette and Survivor, but I won't be able to watch those until after midnight tomorrow night, because, well, I record them so I can watch them, but I don't like to watch them with commercials. Because, like, The Golden Bachelorette is 2 hours with commercials, so I'll just wait till that comes on. I might have to wait till Thursday to watch this, so we'll just see. But I'm caught up on most of my shows. I'm really excited about Grotesquerie coming out. And then I've been reading more of that graphic novel. Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me. It's okay. It's nothing like the other one that I read, this one summer. It's good, but it's nothing like that at all. And I had, like, 3 or 4 bites of insomnia cookies today for my review. And I have not had anything else to eat today, so I've got to eat something. Tomorrow, when I'm with Caroline, I've got to pick out some, like, more, like, healthier options for groceries and stuff like that. I'm not excited about that, but I need to do that. So I think I'll be more excited, like, when I go to the grocery store and all this kind of stuff. So go to Fresh Time tomorrow. Maybe Trader Joe's. I want to go to Trader Joe's tomorrow, too. I got to write that down on my list. We'll just write it down right now. Caroline. Where is my cousin fun day list? I just put Caroline. Okay. Trader Joe's. I need to get a mop tomorrow, too. I was just going to order one on Amazon, but I thought that's a rather large delivery, a mop. Does anybody have a I know Caroline, she is like the cleanest freak. I mean, She gets up at like 5:30 a.m. and she wipes down all of her kitchen counters and cabinets and everything. Like, Caroline's house is spotless, especially with having 3 dogs. Does anybody have a mop that they would recommend? I don't want like a mop with a bucket. Like, Nikki was telling me get a Swifter, but I like need like a mop to like clean the floors, because it's gonna. And taking Boo Radley out, I mean, we have like tripled the amount of times that we were taking him out a lot anyway. He's wanting to go out all the time. And so when it was raining, like, it's like my shoes and his paw prints and everything and Alex's shoes, it's like the floors are getting wet. So if I could like mop them down like once a day, that would be great. But I need something that's like real easy. Does anybody have a mop recommendation? That will probably be the one question I ask on here that I get a lot of comments about. But yes, please give me your mop recommendations. If there's anything that you want me to review on my review channel, please list that in the comment section below. Oh, it's like, it just got like really dark out here. I know if I turn the camera, you guys will be like, it's not dark, but it seems so dark over here right now. It's getting dark. It's getting dark. It's getting dark. What show was I looking at? I was talking about tonight that Unsolved Mysteries comes out at 3 a.m. tonight. Or midnight on the East Coast, if you're on the East Coast. But for us, it comes, or West Coast. But for us, so season 5 of, oh, this is going to be kind of a fun night. So when, I'll probably try to take a little bit of a nap, but even just to close my eyes and just lay there is like nice. I actually, to be honest with you, I've been wanting to say this, and like ever since we got the nightlight, I've been wanting to say this because I think about it when I lay in bed at night, and then I forget when I get in my vlog the next day. It's a blue light that we have, but I also bought red, and then we also have an amber. But do you know what the nightlight reminds me of? It reminds me of having like a little Christmas tree, because it's over like up against the wall next to the bathroom, but it's like low, so it like lights up like the bottom part of it's so soothing. I like it. It's so funny because I'm somebody that usually has to have like pitch black to sleep. Alex definitely likes it, but he falls asleep really quick with it too. Like, it doesn't bother either one of us. And Boo Radley seems to really, really like it. There was a couple nights he was kind of staring at it, but the night that we didn't have any electricity, I really noticed that he like is like relying on it now to have the nightlight. So I feel better with the nightlight, and I think I know Alex does, and I think Boo Radley probably does too. And we keep the bathroom door open, because we keep the bedroom doors closed so he's in with us, and then we keep the bathroom door open, and so he just kind of walks in and out of the bathroom around the bed, and when he's doing his walking. And the walking's not as long anymore. It's like, he might walk for like an hour. I know that sounds like a lot, but compared to like 10 hours, I mean, he might walk an hour or 2. But it seems like the walking happens more throughout the day, but not as long, if that makes sense, which is good, because I think he just gets so tired when he walks for like hours on end. I felt stressed for him, because he just looked like I have to walk, you know. I mean, he's like bent over like Eeyore. I mean, he just looked like, oh my god, I have to keep on walking, He doesn't seem, now he's just like, he's like, goes around, smells something, whatever. But I've been wanting to say this for a long time, because when I lay in bed at night, it is very relaxing. Just for me to close my eyes, even if I don't take a nap for like 45 minutes and just lay there, is very, very soothing. And I'll just kind of like sometimes lay on my pillow and just watch him like walk around in and out of the bathroom. He'll like look up at me like, hey dad, he'll come over and he'll like look up at me, and I'll rub underneath his chin, and then he goes back to walking a little bit, and then he finally settles down. But the nightlight, like, one of the things is like when I come up at night to like late at night, you know, early in the morning, before it was kind of like, sometimes I go to sleep so late that like I could see, like, the sun wasn't really, I mean, it was coming up, but it was like the really early stages of it coming up, but you could start seeing a little bit of light, and it was kind of like, God, it's so late. Now the night light's on, it just feels really soothing, and it reminds me of like having a little Christmas tree in the room, which we're like a month away from anyway. So I got the red Christmas sheets with the pillowcases. I've got I wanted to buy another comforter this year, but Alex is like, we don't need to do that. We've got enough. So I've got the red comforter. I've got it all ready to go for Christmas with the pillows. I might buy a couple new pillows this year, though, for the bed. Different pillows, because some of our pillows are starting to look kind of old, our Christmas pillows. Now you guys can see it's getting dark. Even though it doesn't look super dark back here, you can tell it's getting dark, right? Let's show on camera and see what it looks like. See, it still looks like super bright outside, but it is not at all. Even like behind me and stuff like that. See, that's about how dark it is. Does it look dark over there? It doesn't, but it's like really dark out here. It gets dark. It's getting dark. It's Halloween. Halloween. You guys excited for Halloween? What are you guys dressing up as for Halloween this year? I don't think I'm going to do a costume. I just don't. I don't think I'll do a costume. But, I don't know. I might change my mind. We'll see. Anyway, so yeah, tonight's going to be fun because I can't wait to finish Dark Winds, or finish the season of Dark Winds. And then I'll probably watch Unsolved Mysteries, a couple of it, if I don't save it till tomorrow night. But I've got a lot of shows. And there's a lot of shows that are coming out, like on the 3rd and the 4th and stuff, the 3rd and 7th. So this, like, next couple weeks is going to be like boom, 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 like TV watching. I got the book club on Sunday, which I'm really excited about. And, yeah, it's going to be a good week. It's going to be a fun week. And praying that Boo Radley keeps doing well and that we make it through another night, seizure free, and then he keeps on doing well. Like, I find myself kind of like, I don't want it to be 2 o'clock in the morning, because when it's 2 o'clock in the morning, then I only have a couple hours left yet to rest. But when I give him that final dose of medicine and then he goes to sleep, it like makes me, not that he can't have seizures on the medication, because I know that, but it just relaxes me. I'm like, okay, we're fine. If he's gonna fight like the medication, it's usually that last dose that he fights a little bit, because he's so tired by that point. So, okay, it's getting really dark out here, so I'm going to get off here now. I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Tuesday, and if nobody else told you this today, I love you guys, and be kind to one another, love one another a little bit more, be kind to yourself, love yourself a little bit more. I love you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya!